We get up the stairs. Mind you, all that we've been through. We open the door. We sit down on the bed and we just start crying. It looks nasty.
Yeah.
It smells like smoke so bad. We're like, oh yeah,
really
we
bad.
definitely have to get out of here. So we go downstairs. We start telling them that we just have asthma really bad and it smelled like smoke. We're like, we don't know, like it kind of smells like someone was smoking. And right away our host goes, she goes, oh, that's so weird. She's like, nobody smokes here. Nobody smokes here. And she clearly has a smoker's voice, so we're like, it's clearly you.
We were like,
I feel like we shouldn't use her real name, so we'll just call her Betty. We're like, okay, Betty, like clearly it's you that's like the smoker. Right. And it was like several like smoke breaks, like while we were getting ready, we can smell it.
Yeah.
And she had the back door open. Like how sketchy is that?
Come
on. So anyway, she's like, nobody smokes here. So we're like, okay, well, and it was like kind of like dusty upstairs. We're like trying so hard to be nice.
To be nice.
We're like,
you know?
it's kind of dusty. We have asthma. Like we're just having trouble breathing. We kind of want to stay like closer into the city. You've been super nice. Thank you so much. We're sorry that we have to leave.
And then she goes,
maybe you should just open the window.
we're like, no, that's not
we're not gonna open the
like,
window.
we're not just gonna open the windows that are on the
windows
roof.
that slanted on the ceiling.
They're not on the walls.
Yeah.
They're on the roof.
So we're like, no, it's okay. Like, it's fine. We've had so many people stay with us and they never say that it's smoky or that it's dusty, blah, blah, blah. And so we're like, okay, well, like, we're really sorry. Thank you so much for, like, your hospitality. So we're, like, telling her this and all of a sudden, hold up, it's about to get real. All of a sudden she grabs us and is like, please don't give me a bad review. And we're like,
Betty, we would
like,
never do that.
We're like,
to
yeah,
you.
we won't
do
do
that.
that. And so we're like, no, it's fine. We just want to just end our stay, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, okay, well, here's like a bleep card, which is like their bus pass. She's like, go down to the store, see how much it is, like how much is on there, refill it, then you can take the bus into the city. We're like, cool. So that morning I had changed our reservation on Airbnb to just be that one night, that's it. And I canceled the rest of the stay, so we should have been refunded like around $250.
But you have to ask them first to refund.
You have to ask them
like
to
you
refund
can't
the
just
money.
give it back.
While we're at the store, I get this message. I'm very sorry, but I have refuses a lot of guests, but I think as you have asthma, the air in an attic room would not be good as it gets very warm. Okay, Betty. And I'm like, we were so mad because she's all like, oh yeah, it's fine, don't give me a bad review, and then we try to refund our money and she's like, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the awkward thing was we had to go back
to get our luggage. So we go back to the house.
Man.
She opens the door and walks away.
Yeah,
and
like
we're
she
like,
didn't even say anything. We were like,
okay, this is super awkward.
bye!
Get our suitcase, we're out of there. And so we're like
running.
we
to the bus
cannot
stop.
even deal with her right now. We will write into Airbnb when we get home to like get our money back. Let's just get into the city. We got into the bus into the city and our bus driver was a total jerk. We were standing off to the side because we have these giant suitcases and they didn't fit on the suitcase rack. He's like, you can't stand there. That's for people with strollers or wheelchairs. And we're like, okay.
And he like made us put our suitcases on this like high like up rack and we're like,
oh, and we couldn't lift it, and all these guys were sitting on the bus and didn't help
nothing.
us. So way to
Didn't
go
even
on
help
her.
us.
Oh, this sweet old woman. She was probably
she
like
tried to help
90
us.
years old. Bends down and grabs my suitcase. I'm like, no, sit down. She's like, no, I can do it. I can help you. I'm like, you
no.
sit down. Like you are not helping
And
us.
she even gave us her seat.
It
too.
was
She's
so
like,
sweet.
"Do you
She
wanna
was
sit down?"
the
We're like,
sweetest person.
no.
She was another guardian angel. I'm like,
honestly, I am convinced.
anyways, that day we just went full out exploring. We like saw
We walked
everything.
around,
We
like,
walked
the
probably like
entire
10 miles,
city,
no
like-
joke. So we're on the completely opposite side of where our hotel was, like across town. We're down by Trinity College. We're like all the way there.
Yeah,
The
fun
only
fact,
way
we
to
got
get
lost in there.
Yeah, there's no trains. There's like one train that's like attached to a wire that like goes through
Like
the
we went
street.
down the street.
And
We're
like all
what
they
is
have
that?
is buses. So we're like, okay, we weren't really sure how the buses worked, and like we had such a bad experience with like telling them directions on how to get places. Oh, also when you're on the bus, they have these buzzers and you have to beep it when you want the bus
Like when
to
you
stop.
see your stop up
Like they
on
don't
the
just
screen.
stop at every stop. You
Yeah,
have to
so like
buzz
if you
it.
miss it,
So we
you
were
miss
like
it.
stressing out trying to find
like
where
we
we're
had
supposed to
Google
go.
Maps like on our phones. Luckily, it would tell us each bus stop.
So we just like kind of wanted to avoid the bus as much as possible. So the walk was like, it was pretty far, but we're like,
it was like an hour walk.
No, I don't think it was that long, but it was probably like 30 minutes. We're like, okay, it's fine. We can walk. Like, it'll be fine. So
we've been walking all
we
day.
were like literally so tired.
Like, we
so
haven't
I was like,
been.
let's just run.
Like literally, she said that to me and I was like, I have never been more mad at
we
someone.
hate cardio. We
And,
hate
like,
running.
we're not
But
good
I
at
was
running.
like, let's just run because then it goes faster. It's like an adrenaline rush. Let's like just get it done. So me and her have our giant backpacks. We're running down the streets.
Everyone's staring at us.
And we would run. We would like book it. We would like sprint for a while and then we'd stop
and be like,
we'd like
walk for a little bit.
We'd walk for a little bit. I'd be like, all right, let's go again. So we're like running. We're walking. It's been crazy. Start walking through and we end up in this apartment complex.
and they're like little park.
Literally,
No,
like,
we're
you know when you're walking, like, through the trails and it's, like, their parks, and I'm like, great, how are we gonna get through here? So we're, like, walking through and we see this giant fence.
Also, like, you could see our hotel.
Yeah, our hotel
Like,
was
and we were like,
literally
how
right
did we get
across.
there?
We're like, how did we get there? There's this giant fence. It's, like, the wall.
Literally, like,
So I'm like, great, how do we walk around? And Ruth is like, I'm hopping the fence. And I was like, what?
and normally she's like the one that's like, let's do this.
I'm like, let's run.
And I was like, I'm climbing
She's
over
like,
it.
I'm done. There's our hotel right there. Like, we're hopping this fence. So, like, there's me and Ruth, like, climbing.
Yeah, we're like climbing through this bush. Get over the fence.
Literally like a bush.
So
yeah.
I like jump over and Abby's staring at me. I was like,
do you
was
want
like,
to
we're gonna
get
get a hotel
arrested?
room
But
or
I'm
not?
like, screw it.
Like,
so I
let's
hop
go.
the fence. We like jump down. We run across the street like into our hotel. After that, Ireland went pretty great. We went to the cliffs of Moher our last day, and it
gorgeous.
was incredible. As you can see from the video, it was like so incredible.
Exhausted.
Yeah, we were up at 5 a.m. that morning. We get back super late from exploring all day. So Ruth is in the shower.
And it's like midnight.
It's 12:30.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there chilling on my phone. I'm pretty sure I was like watching a YouTube video, and then all of a sudden I hear so this loud noise is going up. I look up, the like emergency light in our room is like flashing. I'm like, holy crap, like, is this the fire alarm? And I'm like so tired. I'm like, what the heck? I opened the door and the fire doors in the hotel hallway were shut. And other people are peeking out of their rooms. They're like, oh my gosh, what do we do? Is this a fire? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like my sister is in the shower. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Listen.
Out.
Okay,
It's their footage right here. It's currently 12:30 in the morning here in Dublin, and the fire alarm just went off in our hotel. My sister's in the shower, so it's like freaking out. But I think it was just a false alarm. It's like, I don't know if I should go downstairs, but Ruth is still in the shower, and I'm not leaving without her, so we might die together. Guys.
Let me tell my part of the story, okay? I'm in the shower. I'm like sudsing up my body, okay? So the fire alarm goes off, and like I'm in there, and I'm like, do I just get out like with soap all over? Or do I rinse it off and then get out? So while I'm debating on what I should do,
busted.
she busted. And they don't have curtains there.
Oh,
they don't have curtains.
They
It's
don't
just
have
like this
curtains.
glass
It's a glass wall.
That's
So
what
I saw her naked that day. She's like just sitting there shaving. I'm like, that fire alarm is going off.
Because by the time I'm debating on what to do, it stopped. The fire alarm went off. So I was like, alright, if it were a real fire, the fire alarm would still be off. They'd probably be ringing the phones, you know, like it would be this whole deal. Like it wouldn't just turn
I'm trying
off.
to call the front desk and they're not answering. Like clearly.
So like it didn't just turn off. So I was like, I'm fine. So I continue shaving.
So I'm like, Ruth, are you gonna get out? We need to go downstairs. Like, there's a fire.
And I was like, no, it turned off.
She's like, let me just finish.
I was like,
ripping
let
out
me
my
finish.
bed. I'm like, are you kidding me?
So she's like banging on the door. She's like, will you hurry up? I'm like, dude, chill. Like, I'm getting the soap off of my body and I'll be out. And then I have to put clothes on. Like, I can't just run out naked, okay? So
she finally gets out. She's like making fun of me. And I'm like,
yelling at me.
Clearly was
she was
worried
like,
about you.
Guys, she's like, okay, so I open the door and she's like standing outside of it. And she's just like, will you hurry up? I'm not leaving without you. Like, standing, like, right outside of the door.
Insert footage. Update, she's finally out of the shower, just
Why
shouting
didn't you
away
tell
like
me?
it's no big deal.
Why didn't you tell me
I
earlier?
literally came in and said the fire alarm just went off. She's just like, okay.
Yeah, okay, so that's the first thing I see, and I was like, chill, like, we're gonna be fine, and then I was like, alright, if this is a real fire, like, I need to grab stuff, like, for real.
So she's rummaging around our room, putting on her shoes, grabbing things. I'm like, will you come on?
She already had her shoes on, that's not fair.
We go out, this guy is like coming out of the elevator. We're like, bro, what's going on? Like, is this a fire? What's going on? He's like, I don't know, like, I'm just gonna go down to the front desk and find out. And we're like, okay. So mind you, we like take the elevator,
Which
and
you're
clearly
not.
there's like a sign there that says in case of fire, like, don't
Take the stairs.
Yeah, we're using the lift.
You're not supposed to do.
Oh,
Don't use
also,
the
like,
elevator.
while this is going off, I'm thinking, like, this so would happen to us on our last day. I'm, like, looking on the door. You know how they have the map of, like, your exits? Like, where you're supposed to go in case of a fire? I was like, I never thought that I, like,
no
needed to
exit
know
near us
this. The fire doors are finally open, which they close all of them. How are we supposed to get out?
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Anyways, so we get down, they're like, yeah, it was a false alarm, it was cool, blah, blah, blah. We're like, okay.
Alright, this is fun. So then we went back up to our room, lay down, and she immediately starts yelling at me, like, Ruth, if that were real, you would have been dead. Like, we would have both been dead.
Insert footage. Now I know that in a crisis you don't know how to handle yourself.
What? No.
You would have died.
No, I was about to get out. But
No.
you're like freaking out. And I'm like,
Ruth, because I was worried about
I was
you.
thinking through it logically.
No.
Fire alarm goes off. And that's like one of my fears, to be honest. So I was like, great. We're in a different country. Like, what do I grab? So I'm thinking passports so we can get home.
Oh my god.
Phone and
You
chargers.
think that and I think of my camera and my teddy bear. So yeah, that just wrapped up our time in Ireland, and honestly, that's so what happened.
And we
to
had
us.
to be up
And
early
it
the
was
next
so
day.
crazy.
Like,
So
it was just...
that was definitely an adventure. Ireland was like everything that could have possibly went wrong, like went wrong.
But I would still recommend going.
It was amazing. We had an amazing time, like in spite of all of that.
Man,
and like
I can't
honestly, like it taught us so much, like traveling and just like
independence,
life
like a lot
in
of smarts,
general.
yeah. How to get around by yourself, stuff like that.
So we want to make a follow-up video about everything that you need to know before you travel to Europe, because clearly we made a lot of mistakes and
We know a lot of things.
So it's like we want to help you
It's
guys
kind of
out.
culture shock, which you wouldn't think because it's just Europe, but like there were a lot of differences.
Yeah, Ruth almost got hit by a car several times because she
times.
looked the wrong way every time that
Because
we
it's
tried to
hard,
cross the
and you
street.
know they drive on the other side of the street, but like, I don't know.
We're getting off topic. That was our story time. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more videos that we make together, then you should subscribe because
And give this video a thumbs up.
also, oh no! We are going to start vlogging our adventures because clearly, like, if we were vlogging that, it would just, like, have been so much better.
Yeah, I brought like a GoPro.
Because
or
everything,
something.
honestly, always happens to us. Like, the craziest stuff happens to us. So, definitely get excited for that. And, sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!